What's going on, Halo fans? Luke TheNotable here, and on this episode of Get REQ'T, we're going to be talking about two weapons that a lot of people will overlook. These are the unique plasma pistols. I've spent a lot of time using the plasma pistols, and I can say that they are incredibly effective in almost all aspects of Warzone. They're great for stunning vehicles, but you can also snap the shields off of players and get easy headshots. Today I'll be talking about the two unique plasma pistol variants, the Spitfire and the Void's Tear. The Spitfire is essentially just a plasma pistol that takes a little less to charge and fires much faster. This doesn't seem like a big difference, but it is. It's colossal. One of the big problems I have with the plasma pistol is that you have to switch between two weapons, and with the Spitfire I don't notice that at all. The plasma pistols in Halo 5 attach to the enemies like there's a magnet attached to their head. Mix that with the fact that this weapon is incredibly fast and you have a deadly support weapon. Watch here as I'm able to fluidly take the guy out on the ground, clamber up, and just switch my plasma pistol, get that shot on the guy, and take him out with the headshot. Without sounding like one of those lame TV salesmen, this thing really does make your life easier. Because of its speed, this thing is also insanely good against air units. Normally enemies moving through the air are just too fast for the plasma pistols to hit, but this thing has no problem. The Banshee is one of the hardest things to stun in Warzone, and with the Spitfire it becomes very easy. Here I'm able to keep this legendary Banshee at a point where only my team can shoot at it, and we end up getting the kill. Now it's time for me to rate the Spitfire. For REQ'T level, this isn't a very appropriate REQ'T for level 3. You have to carry a battle rifle for this thing to be effective against Spartans. It still is effective against vehicles on its own, but the fact that you need to carry a battle rifle to kill other players kind of brings it down for me. I dock some points against Spartans because while it is good at siphoning the shields, you still have to whip out your battle rifle to get that perfect headshot. Against vehicles, there is no question this thing is fantastic against vehicles 1.0. This gun is not great against bosses. While it is effective against stunning them, you still have to have one of your teammates kill the boss. A high score in the bosses category means that you can pretty much solo a boss with this weapon. I gave it a 0.25 because it's not possible to solo a boss with a plasma pistol, but it is possible to stun one. As far as usability goes, I gave it half credit because you still have to use another gun in order to kill most of the enemies in Warzone. But when you compare this thing to a normal plasma pistol, it is fantastic. It's much more easy to use. I described it as fluid. Overall, this gun is above average, as most guns get anywhere from 2.0 to 2.5 overall. I think you should keep this gun. I will say that once you have a giant stockpile of Spitfires, there's almost no need to keep the regular plasma pistol anymore because they are the same REQ'T level. So once you've unlocked the Spitfire, you can go and sell off those plasma pistols. The Void's Tear is a unique plasma pistol that has a couple of unique abilities. First, you can keep it charged as long as you want and you will never lose its battery. Second, it emits this cool little gravity well that pulls enemies in and stuns people as they walk by. This is what gives Void's Tear so much usage in Warzone. Against Spartans, this thing is best when you're in a giant group. You can shoot one down the range and any enemies that walk into it will get their shields siphoned off. Once that happens, it's pretty easy for your teammates to kill them. However, the Void's Tear can actually kill enemies that are already low shields, which makes it even better than the Spitfire. Because this thing can be charged up and it never loses battery, it always uses 70% on every shot. That means you're guaranteed 15 charged up shots with the Void's Tear. That's insane for a plasma pistol. This is the best gun I have ever used against any vehicle ever, because it stuns it for so long and you get so many bullets out of it. Because of the gravity well, it will also affect enemies around the vehicle, especially the one inside the turret. Not to mention it's much cheaper than other REQ'Ts designed to take out vehicles. Now it's time for me to rate the Void's Tear. At REQ'T level 4, it is very good. This is one of the best REQ'Ts at level 4, but because the Whiplash exists at level 4 as well, I can't consciously give this thing 1.0. The Whiplash is just way too good to make this thing a 1.0 at level 4 REQ'T. Against Spartans, it is a little annoying having to switch to another weapon and get kills, but I gave it a little extra points over the Spitfire because it actually can kill enemies this time. Against vehicles, this is going to be the first REQ'T that I give over a 1.0 on. This thing is fantastic against vehicles. There is no second to the Void's Tear, 1.25. With bosses and usability, I gave it an extra 0.25 on the Spitfire because it has just so many extra features that the Spitfire doesn't have that make it both better against bosses and more usable. This is definitely the best of all the plasma pistols, and it should be, but I don't think you should sell your Spitfires once you have a done of Void's Tears. While the Void's Tear is better in literally every category, the Spitfire is nice to have if you want to spend a little less REQs and just have a basic plasma pistol. That's all for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not sure what episode 4 will be. I'm deciding between the bolt shots, the open hand and closed fist, and the two railguns, the Whiplash and the Arc Light. I mentioned the Whiplash in this video, but I think a lot of people know about those two weapons, so I might just go ahead and do the bolt shots. I'm not sure. Comment down below, let me know which one you want to see. If you liked the video, comment as well. I love reading comments. It's my favorite part about YouTube. If this is the first time you're seeing me, make sure to go to my other videos and check them out. I've had 20 plus Halo 5 tips videos on my channel, and they're all very informative and they will teach you a lot. Thanks for watching, Halo fans. Bye-bye.